Welcome to this deep dive into one of the most complex characters in Hunter x Hunter, Meruem, the king of the Chimera Ants. Meruem's journey from a cold, power-hungry king to a deeply philosophical and tragic figure is one of the most compelling character arcs in the series. In this analysis, we'll examine how his character evolves, what makes his transformation so powerful, and what his story ultimately tells us about the nature of power, humanity, and redemption. Miriam's introduction is striking, as he is immediately shown to be a being of immense power and intellect. As the king of the Chimera Ants, he is born with an overwhelming combination of strength, speed, and intelligence. From the moment he emerges from his queen's egg, it's clear that Meruem is no ordinary creator. His very existence is a symbol of superiority over all others, particularly humans. At first glance, Meruem appears to be the embodiment of the traditional villain, ruthless, calculating, and indifferent to the lives of others. His cold, almost clinical attitude towards life and death reflects his belief in the superiority of his species and his view of humans as nothing more than tools to further his own power. His philosophy, born from his instincts and his role as king, is stark and simple. Only the strong are worth anything. Weakness, compassion, and anything that doesn't serve the goal of power are beneath him. Meruem's early reign is one of the absolute dominance. He swiftly orders the elimination of those who oppose him and shows no mercy to anyone who stands in his way. Early on, his actions demonstrate a world view rooted in survival of the fittest. To him, humans are insignificant, and his only concern is asserting his control over the world. At this stage, Meruem is a figure of overwhelming strength. He is not just physically powerful, but intellectually superior to most of his underlings. His strategic mind allows him to manipulate and control the Chimera Ants around him, and his ability to understand humans' culture and concepts rapidly is a testament to his intelligence. Meruem doesn't simply want to rule, he wants to reshape the world in his image, using his strength and intellect to do so. His disregard for life and his perception of power as the ultimate measure of worth are evident in his interaction with the humans who are in his way. But everything starts to change when Meruem meets Komugi, a blind, frail human girl who plays a game called Gunji. The first time he encounters her, he dismisses her as nothing more than a weak, inconsequential human, and her game is an amusing distraction to him at best. However, Komugi's tenacity and passion for Gunji soon captivate him, and this marks the beginning to profound transformation. What's most striking here is that Kongi, despite her physical frailty and lack of any visible strength, becomes one of the few beings who can stand toe to toe with Meruem, not through force, but through her intelligence and her deep, unwavering love for the game. She doesn't give up, no matter how much Meruem tries to intimidate or defeat her. This encounter serves as the first crack in Meruem's cold, power-centric worldview. The more he plays Gunji with her, the more he begins to see her as a worthy opponent, not in terms of physical strength, but in terms of strength of spirit, persistence, and focus. As the games progress, we witness the slow but undeniable transformation in Meruem. Initially, he finds Komugi's devotion to the game curious, then frustrating, and finally deeply fascinating. His obsession with Gunji is not just about winning, it's about understanding Komugi's mind and learning to appreciate the aspect of her personality that he had previously deemed worthless. It is through this relationship with Komugi that Meruem begins to understand something that had been entirely foreign to him: the value of selflessness, the complexity of love, and the power of vulnerability. Komugi doesn't need to be strong or powerful or perfect. She simply needs to be herself, and that is enough. Miriam's understanding of strength shifts. He starts to see that strength is not just physical power or intellect. There is an emotional strength in Komugi, a resilience that he begins to value deeply. The philosophical shift is perhaps the best exemplified in Miriam's growing care for Komugi as he loses the game after game and begins to respect her more. He starts to view humanity in a new light, where where a new light, where once he saw humans as weak, disposable creatures. He begins to understand that humanity is capable of great beauty, pers- perseverance, and even sacrifice. So, guys, this is my first video ever. What do you think about this? And see you guys in my next video.